What isn't known by many people is that the Philippines can be considered to be owned by a single family. The leader of this family is Prince Julian Morden Tallano. When Magellan discovered the Philippines in the 15th century, the name for the Philippines was reportedly Maharlika. The name Ferdinand Marcos wanted to change the Philippines to in the 1960s to demonstrate the pride of the nation and in honor of the bandit group he reportedly was associated with. The land was given to King Luisung Tagian Taliano and later was given an imperial decree 014 in the form of a titulo de compra, deed of purchase in a Torrens title on original certificate of title number T014 dated January 17, 1764 after the Boxer Protocol was signed. The deed was made to Prince Lacan Acuda Taliano Tagian, who married with Princess Rowena Maria Elizabeth Overbeck MacLeod of Australia and became owner of the lands known as Hacienda Filipina. In 1902, the United States passed the Lands Act or Act 462, which gave the Philippine people the right to own land. Much of the land still remains, according to Prince Julian Morden Tallano, to his family, and he wants to donate it to the poor of the nation. In 2001, when graft charges were alleged against Joseph Estrada during the construction of Irap City, a 1,000 square acre low-income housing being constructed by Estrada in Rizal. One construction firm reportedly paid bribes to Estrada to ensure the winning of the contract. The chief complainant was Prince Julian Morden Tallano, who is believed to be the successor to the pre-Hispanic land grant given to his family by the British royal family. Lawyer Homobono Adaza reported that Tallano's motive was to obtain the land from the government in order to donate it to the poor people. Adaza stated that Tallano is a descendant of Lacan Rigel Bolkia Tagian, the person reportedly the original recipient of the land deed and descendant of Lapu-Lapu, the man who beheaded Magellan in Cebu. Senator José Estrada, Estrada's son, who despite being found guilty of plunder remains in the Philippine Senate, laughed off the allegation, stating he believed charges will be thrown out as the claims are too preposterous to believe that one family owns the entire nation. Two separate investigations in 1968 have proved otherwise. The family has agreed to allow the government, in exchange for gold and cash, to be created in the Philippines, and a bill of sale was created and signed and the land was transferred to the Philippine government. Part of the deal called for transfer of the ownership of the land to the Philippine government was that the Philippine government was to pay the family nearly 615,000 tons of gold. Payment was never received and no transaction record has ever been located stating the family transferred ownership to the Philippines. When both investigations ended in 1971, it ruled that Tallano was the owner of huge tracts of land in the nation and the Philippine government failed to reimburse the Tallano family. In order to obtain the land legally, the Philippine government would have to pay the family. Within a few weeks after these findings, Marcos imposed martial law and these findings became null and void. This claim holds a lot of merit since Sulu, near Palawan, is actually a sultanate state and the legal owner of the Spratly Islands that is contested by numerous countries such as the Philippines, China, Malaysia and Vietnam. It is known to be one of the top military hotspots in the world as all four nations claim ownership. The Spratly Islands contain vast amounts of oil. In the 1960s, Sultan Kiram turned over the sovereignty of the Sulu Sultanate state and legal ownership to the Philippines of the territorial and proprietary rights including Jolo and the Spratlys, which then became a legal part of the Philippines. The islands were the area that Al-Qaeda and Abu Sayyaf were the most active and the kidnap victims were taken to.
Darating ang araw wala ng squatter na Filipino sa Filipinas. Time will come when there are no more Filipino squatters in the Philippines. Prince Julian Morden Tallano.